Hello students, welcome again to our video session. As a last year when you are in class 6, we have done whole year with these video lesson classes and online classes. We hope that all things will become as usual and so we have already started our offline classes. We think of it. We have one day we have also done the offline class in school. But now the situation has become again very harsh. This coronavirus pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic is in its high peak now. In India, as you know, already 3 lakhs per day crossed, and in West Bengal about more than 10,000 crossed. In our area in North Chobbish Pargana also more than 2,000, or rather we can say near about 3,000 crossed. So it's a very harsh time now. So to this present situation, our school has decided to go for again online classes. Okay. So in this online class, again we'll start today from chapter number 1, online video class. The first chapter of your chemistry is matter and its composition. You have already studied about matter in class 6. You know what are matters. Matters are anything that occupies space and has mass. Okay. So we will discuss these things once again. Just a minute. Okay. So first of all, we see what is matter. Matter means anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. Then what is mass? Mass means quantity of matter contained. Quantity of matter contained is called mass. And when this mass with respect to force of gravity we say is called weight. Weight means mass with respect to force of gravity is called weight. So mass has remained constant, but weight may vary. Next point is the volume. As you know, the volume also. Volume means capacity. Volume is capacity. Means, or we can say space occupied. It's called volume. So these things are the which you have already studied in these things in your class 6. Now the composition of matter, you know, the composition of matter is matters are made up of atoms and molecules. Atoms are made up of atoms and molecules. So what are atoms? Atoms are smallest particles of a substance smallest particle of a substance, or further we said you can say it is a substance should be pure. You can say here it's a pure substance. We'll discuss about the pure substance after discussing the composition of matter. So the smallest particle of a substance or the pure substance are called atoms. Atom, it does not exist independently, but take part in a chemical reaction. So atoms are the smallest particle of a substance or pure substance. It does not exist independently but take part in a chemical reaction. So these are called atoms. Another composition of matter is called molecules. What are molecules? Molecules are also the smallest particle which exists independently but does not take part in a chemical reaction. They are also smallest particles which can exist independently but does not take part in a chemical reaction. So does not take part in a chemical reaction. So this is about the composition of matters. Now we are just saying about the pure substances. What are pure substances? If I say about the pure substance, pure substance. What are pure substance? Pure substance are the substances which are made up of only one kind of atom or two kind of atoms in a definite proportion. They have definite physical and chemical properties. Pure substance means made of one or more kinds of atoms in definite proportion. One or more kind of atoms in definite proportion, they are called pure substances. They have fixed chemical and physical properties. They have fixed chemical and physical properties. Okay. So the pure substance are made up of only one kind of atoms in a one or more kind of. If it is one kind, that is no need of definite proportion. But if there is more than one kind of atom, but they should be combined in a definite proportion. Okay, and they have fixed chemical and physical properties, so they are called pure substances. Now we'll see one by one the classification of pure substances and obviously the impure substances also. Okay. So now when we classify a substance, so we can say these are two types. One is pure, another is impure. What are pure substance? Pure substance, that's just now I told you what is the definition of pure substance. Pure substance are of two types. You can classify them as two types. One is elements, another is compounds. Okay, and impure mixture consists of mixture. They are called mixture. So again, mixture has two classification. One is homogeneous and second one is heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. So as you know, the atom is a word that came from a Greek word that is called atomos, is given by the Greek philosopher Democritus. But the first idea of atom was given by our ancient philosopher, that is Maharishi Kanad. He gave first the idea of the smallest particle of a substance. At that time it was called as Anu, and it can their anus can be further subdivided into smaller particles, subatomic particles. Now we call them as Parmanu. So it is not discussed in your book. So we have the elements and compounds. So how many elements are known to us now? You know, there are 118 elements are known to us now. 118 elements like hydrogen, helium, lithium, etc. Oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, aluminium, phosphorus. So in this way there are 118 known elements to us. What are compounds? When two or more elements or compounds combine together in a definite proportion, they are called as compounds. So like compounds are, suppose like we say water, so H2O very common, carbon dioxide, CO2. But we can see here, so here water H2O, it is hydrogen is there, oxygen is there. So hydrogen and oxygen combined together in definite proportion by mass, that's good, 1:8, and by number of atoms 2:1. So 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. In carbon dioxide you can see CO2, 1 atom of carbon and 2 atoms of oxygen combined in a definite proportion to form a compound that is called carbon dioxide. So in this way, when any two or more elements or compounds combine together, radicals combine together to form a compound. Okay, so properties of compound. So there are some properties of compound also. So we can say the properties of compounds. So compounds, in suppose in water the hydrogen oxygen is there. So water is a liquid, but hydrogen and oxygen are gases. So the properties of the constituent element present in a compound does not same with the new compound formed. So they are first of all in gaseous state. Now when they form in as water H2, they are liquid state. So the composition totally differ from those of the constant elements. Okay. So elements of present in a compound cannot be separated by physical means. You cannot separate hydrogen, oxygen, carbon or oxygen, sodium or chlorine from NaCl with any physical method. You have to do some special method to separate them. Okay. Now the force that constraint of matter together. As you know, we already studied about the uh, force of attraction, space between the molecules. We'll see now. Now we'll see the state of matters. State of matter. So as you know, there are three states of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. Solids, liquids, and gases. So we can differentiate between them on the basis of so many things. As you know, if I say the structure of solid, here you can see the molecules are very close to each other like this. Molecules are very close to each other like this. Okay. But in liquid, if we say the liquid molecules are far away from each other as compared to the solids. But if you say for the gases, molecules are very far away from each other. Very far away from each other. Okay. So these are called the molecular arrangement of solid, liquid and gas. In solid, molecules are very close to each other. In liquid, molecules are quite far away from each other as compared to the solids. In gases, molecules are very much far away from each other as compared to the liquid and solids. On this basis, you have seen the space between, since they are very close to each other, so the space between the molecules are very less. That is called intermolecular space. First point is intermolecular, interparticles space. Okay. So in this solid it is very less. Here more than solids, and it is maximum. You can say in short, it is maximum in gases. Next point is intermolecular force or interparticle force of attraction. So since the force of in solids molecules are very close to each other, so intermolecular force of attraction is here is, you can say, maximum. Here less, and it is the minimum or least, or you can say it is the least. Intermolecular force of attraction very least. Okay, so according to this, the intermolecular arrangement, we can easily differentiate between solid, liquid and gas. Okay, so these are the normal difference between intermolecular solid, liquid and gas. Okay. In this video class, we will do this much only, and in the next online class, we will discuss this chapter once again. The rest of the thing which we have already discussed some part of this chapter in your online class. Same thing I have discussed today in the video class also. In the next online class, again I will explain you the rest of the part of this chapter, and also I will give you the video also on this part of chapter. Okay students, thank you very much for watching this video. Be careful, be safe, don't go outside. If you go, urgently wear a proper mask, take hand sanitizers, don't eat any food outside. Okay, so take care of your health, be safe. Thank you very much. Goodbye.